Hello, parents, guardian, family, or friends of a student with a disability. This is a short video to explain to you the Individualized Education Program process, or IEP for short. Your student has been determined to need specialized education through the implementation of an IEP. An IEP for your student is determined through a team of members that includes school personnel, teachers, administrators, therapists, psychologists, or other school personnel who are directly involved in the student's success, you, the parent or guardian, and the student themselves. In order to get your child an IEP, you, the parent, or the student's teacher will suggest that the student be tested due to severe learning disadvantages in the classroom. This recommendation comes only after significant modifications have been given to the student that did not help the student to succeed in the classroom. After a student receives a referral, they are tested by a specialist who will use the results to determine if your child falls under a disability category. These disability categories are listed by the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act on their website, as well as modifications for those disabilities. Once the specialist categorizes your child, they become eligible for services that include an IEP, as well as modifications in the classroom and accommodations made for students to ensure that their access to education is appropriate for their level. Some of these modifications include, but are not limited to, modified timelines for any assignments or received both in class and at home, specialized instruction for projects or other assignments that your child may be doing, as well as one-on-one and small group instruction so that the teacher can explain in more depth to your student. The IDEA guidelines suggest that a student must be taught in the least restrictive environment as possible, which means that students with disabilities are, for the most part, educated in the same classroom as students without disabilities, given with the implementation of their modifications. The IEP includes academic goals for that school year that the student is to reach by the end of the school year. It includes specialized education as well as related services provided for the student if they have to be taught in a different classroom for any other reasons. There are also provisions for state-level assessments that determine whether a student is eligible to take those or if the student will not be tested by the state-level assessments. The IEP also specifies when and how modifications will be made, whether this is in the special education classroom or in the student's general education classroom or in the physical education classroom. It also suggests that school personnel uses the IEP to measure those modifications and adjust the IEP based on the student's performance. You, the parent and student, are collaborators in the IEP process, and you are encouraged to attend meetings and advocate for your child in any way you see fit. This includes, but is not limited to, suggestions for your students' learning, questions for the teacher or administrators on how your student is behaving in the classroom, as well as if their individualized education program is working to their benefit. Thank you for listening.